Alright, Brush Monkeys, welcome back. This week we are continuing the Rune Wars Crossbowman box set. Last week, as you recall, we did the Greystone Arbalists. Did them in black and blue and silver. This week we're starting in on the Red River Reavers. Is that what they're called? Regulars. Red River Regulars. This is the other faction that was mentioned in the book. And again, we've got 4 of the minis. There's 8 total in the box. Did the other 4 as the Greystone Arbalist last week. So this week we're doing the Red River Regulars. And going off the description of the book, their armor is red and gold. Their clothing is all red. Leather straps are still going to be snakebite leather. Although I may do hardened leather on that one because that's more of a reddish leather, and I think that's going to look better with the rest of the red on them. Still got wildwood and hardened steel or blackened steel for the crossbows, but everything else is going to be red and gold. So we've got Vallejo Scarlet and excuse me, Mephiston Red for the armor. I've got their Deep Red and Carroburg Crimson for their clothing. And then I've got the Palomino Gold and Old Gold for the gold trim on everything. So this is going to be done the same way as last week, where we're batch painting. So I'll do like all the skin on them, and then do the skin washes, and then do the armor and the trim, and etc., etc. Just do it step by step through all of them. I'm probably only going to show you one, just assume the other 3 are done the same way. They'll be sitting there on the workbench behind them. It's just batch painting is just one color on all the minis, and then go back to the start and do the next color on all the minis. There's less downtime between colors because you don't have to wait for something to dry. By the time you get to the end figure, the first figure you painted is going to be dry, so you can go ahead and go from there. The basing is going to be done the exact same way as last week. I've already got the texture paint on those. It's going to be dark brown with a little bit of snow flock and some tundra tufts here and there. So that's all going to be the same. No big surprises there. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn off the camera here and go paint some skin. See you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back and we got the skin done. I used the Army Painter Crusader skin speed paint. This one's 2 layers, that's why it looks a little redder than some of the others. Some of it didn't cover as great as I would have liked. Some of it, Crusader skin's not one of my favorites. This one looks alright because, I mean, there's not a whole lot of face to be covered anyway. But yeah, so that's that done. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the clothing now. So that'll be the boots, the cloth, the gloves, all that second thing. I'm going to probably do the same thing with these that I did with the other ones, that they've got this scale armor underneath everything here. I'm going to do that in metallic red from the Army Painter. So I think that'll look really spiffy. It looked really good with the blue and steel. I think it'll look really good with the red and gold. Thought about doing it in gold, but I think red will look better because you got that gold trim around the bottom of the armor. So I'm going to go ahead and go do the fabrics, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. All right, see you soon. Bye. Alright, our fabric is all done, as you can see, and shade washed. The shade wash is still wet, so I'm going to let that dry. One of the disadvantages of doing batch painting in small batches like 4 minis like this is that the shade wash doesn't necessarily have time to dry before you get to the end of your figures, so that happens. If you're doing 10, 20, 30 figures at a time, yeah, you'll probably have time for the shade wash on the first one to dry by the time you get to the last one, but with 4, it doesn't always happen that way. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take a little break here and let that dry, and then we'll come back and start in on the armor. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, so the shade wash is dried, And we went ahead and layered up the fabric, so you can see where that's all nice and highlighted again. Looks pretty good. Also went ahead and did the metallic parts. You can see the scales here and around his arms. That nice metallic red. And that is, trying to get this to focus. There we go. That's also shade washed with the Carberg Crimson. So now we're going to break out the Vallejo Scarlet and start doing the armor and the face of the shield. So we'll see you back here in a little bit when that is done. See you soon. Bye. Alright, we're definitely starting to make some progress now. We've got all the armor painted up. I'm going to go through it and highlight it all because it's all a little bit too close to the fabric. I want the fabric to be a little darker than the armor. And so for that we're using the Mephiston Red. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll start it on the golds. All that gold trim. So, see you soon. Alright, so there is the red highlighted, the red armor highlighted with the Mephiston Red. Mephiston Red will dry a little darker than it looks here. But the important thing is I wanted that differentiation between the armor and the fabric. I wanted the fabric darker than the armor. And I think I managed to achieve that, so that looks pretty good. So next up is the gold, and because I'm using Army Painter Greedy Gold for the gold trim, I'm going to base it with this Reaper Palomino Gold, which is just, it's not metallic, it's just a nice dark yellow color. It's kind of like Citadel's Averland Sunset. And it makes a really nice base for gold colors, especially if they're really thin, so you don't get that, instead of this white showing through, you got yellow, and it blends in with the gold better. It makes the gold look richer and deeper than it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and go do the gold trim on everything, and then we will come back and see how it looks. Alright, see you soon. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back, and we have done all the yellow all the way around, all that gold trim. All that's going to be gold, except for the feathers on the quivers. Those are going to be, or on the crossbow bolts, those are still just going to be yellow. That is a lot of gold, and that is a lot of tedious lining work to be done. So, before I started on the gold, excuse me, while I yawn, I'm going to take a couple of days off, and, well, I say a couple of days, it's going to be later in the same video, but, I'm going to take some time off and let that dry and take a break from all this, because that was just way more than I can get done in the weekend. So we'll get back to this a little bit later, and finish up the golds, and then get on with the rest of it. Basically just have the wood on the back of the shields to do, the leather straps, the wood and the steel of the crossbow. I'm going to do his quivers in wood as well. Excuse me. So yeah, still a lot to do on them. Well, all the wood and steel and leather to do on them, but they're coming along pretty nicely. Right now, that red and yellow, I don't know if he works for McDonald's or the Kansas City Chiefs, but it has a lot of tedious lining, and I need to take a break from that. So I will see you in a bit, and then we'll finish these guys up. See you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we've made some progress on our guys here. Got all the gold done, got the woods done, including their quivers. And I'm going to put a little bit of yellow shade wash on the fletchings once I get the ones on the crossbows done. And then we'll go ahead and do the steels. So we're coming along pretty well. Just got the steel and leather left to do. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and then we'll come back and get those done. See you soon. Bye. Alright, steels are done. My camera's almost dead, so I'm going to need to make this fast. But I've got the leather straps based with the wraith bone, so now it's just a matter of doing the snakebite leather, and then the Cygor brown for the base, and the snowflock. So they're coming along pretty fast. I'm going to go ahead and go do the leather, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, the leathers are done. As you can see, all those nice little straps look really nice, even the ones on the inside of the shield. So for all intents and purposes, these guys are done. We just have the bases left to do. The bases are going to be done the same way as we did the Greystone Arbalest last week. So no big surprise there. I'm not going to walk through that whole process. So yeah, next time you see these guys, they're going to be completely done. So see you soon. Bye. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there is our finished Red River Regulars crossbowmen. I think they turned out really well. Pretty happy with them. They look pretty spiff. So I'm going to go ahead and call these guys done. And next week we'll move on to something else. I've got something kind of cool planned for next week. I think it's going to turn out really nice. If it turns out the way I hope, I think it's going to be really cool. So tune in next week and see what I got planned. See you there. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom here. If you like what you see, click like down below, and if you want to be notified when new videos get posted, click subscribe. And in the meantime, if you want to support us in any way, check me out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. We're on all those platforms. If you see a miniature on the site that you want to make one of your own, hit me up on Instagram. I can quote you a price for that. And if you want any Flying Monkey Studios merchandise, like t-shirts, things like that, hit me up on storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios and get all your merch there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.